we were at, well, we filmed The Marauders, it's a really beautiful place, and we decided to film, we booked in a weekend. We'd already booked, all the hostel booked, we turned up and everyone was like, we do know it's Easter weekend, right? So they're going to be having the service going on in the chapel.
Which is right next to where we filmed.
So we're running around as wizards. I was like,
and we're going to Easter service. Like.
And halfway through, so the bell's going and everything, the priest comes out and says to me, excuse me, but can you just keep it down? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I like how you did some sort of...
I was like, I don't know what to do to you.
So suddenly Chinese. Oh.
I didn't know how to react. The priest was telling me off. I was like, I was dressed as a wizard.
God himself is telling you to be quiet. Tell those people down there. They're disturbing everything.
Tell the Harry Potter fans.
Oh dear.
So yeah, that was nice.
We went off on a tangent there, but it was a good one. It was a good tangent.
We filmed.
Anything else?
I'm good at tangents.
How long does it take you to edit or something?
My general golden rule is however many hours of footage I have will take double that to edit. So,
how many hours of footage do we have of our Left 4 Dead stuff?
Our Left 4 Dead video took 7 hours, so it's probably going to take me about 14 hours to edit properly. Because I sit there, and Kelly will tell you I don't blink when I edit. I sit there like this, and you have to watch the same clip over and over and over and over and repeat, and it's... Because I'm so perfectionist.
Even editing the Marauders opening took all day, didn't it?
Yeah,
that was using existing footage. We didn't even go out and take any new footage for that. So she was
asleep.
making it and I was helping, then she was getting annoyed because I was trying to help, so I was like, okay, I won't help.
Like, just don't!
I was just going to sit on the bed and play my game, 2 minutes later asleep.
5 hours later.
5 hours later I wake up and you're still doing it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm almost done. And that was it was 5 hours for a 2-minute video that I put out.
Well, we're not even technically professional at it. You know, we see so much better stuff out there, and I hate to think how long really talented people take to do it.
Yeah, I'm just a perfectionist. So I'm just painting my edit.
That's true.
But yeah, editing is the worst. But that's why Demon's taking me so long.
But good fun.
Yeah, good fun. Yeah, exactly. You do learn a lot, but it's also the fact of you just get lost sometimes. You're just like, what have I edited, what haven't? And like I get about each video, each time we film, I get about 20 gigabytes of footage because I do it in HD. So I've got 20 gigabytes of footage, and I've got to remember where each clip is in each shot, and it's just
got more of that for Left 4 Dead, haven't you?
I've got about 30 gigabytes for Left 4 Dead.
Lots of video. And most of it you'll never even see.
Yeah, most of it you won't see, which is the same.
Apart from the bloopers.
And when I freaked out online because I was editing Left 4 Dead, and I started just out of nowhere on Twitter, I was going, I don't have one shot, it's not there, I wasn't recording. I went a bit mental, and then like 5 minutes later I was like, oh, it's fine, I have it now, it's fine.
I found it.
Panic over.
So melodramatic. Any other questions?
Of the costumes that you've made, what was the most fun to make?
Most fun?
Yes, most fun.
This one. Mainly because my friend drew the shirt for me, because I'm shit at drawing, I can't draw to save my life. So she did all the design on the shirt, and it was just a plain yellow shirt. And then it was out in my garden with her, stood there with loads of paints and paintbrushes with paint over her hands going, right. And I just had to stand there.
Then it was you, Laura, and Becky, and I literally just had a whole palette, and you guys were just... And Laura was just going, I can see this getting really silly.
And the thing is, the shirt was so thin, and all our shirts were quite thin, that it just went straight through onto our skin. So when we took it off, it was like, we just, oh no.
I wasn't even wearing cosplay, and I was covered. I wasn't even meant to be getting it on me, and I was just covered.
Then it was going up to my mum and going, Mum, we all need to use the bathroom, it's going to get a bit messy. Sorry. But this was hella fun to do, because there wasn't any massive skill involved, it was just us being prepped and attacking each other with paint, which did end up being a bit of a paint war, and we did record it.
Oh yeah,
which was good. Apart from that, from a creative point of view, from a not rolling around in paint point of view, they're leaving us.
Don't leave us, we need you!
Okay. Creative point of view. I don't know.
I think one of my most fun ones just to wear is Rincewind, Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. I had a lot of fun running around as Rincewind. That was too much fun. Because people were like, I just want you to look like this. And people go, Rincewind, I was going, just running away from them all day. It was brilliant.
Really not sure.
I'm trying to think.
Because most of my favourite costumes are the ones that cause me the most stress and anger. So it's a bit difficult to think. I quite enjoyed doing Midna, that was good fun to make. Because I've never done a big headpiece like I did for her before, so that was a fun challenge to do. And it didn't drive me mental, which was always good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd probably be my favourite one for making.
And it's like this big inside joke we all share, and it's really kind of just a joke with people, and we all know it.
That's good.
Except for when we're doing panels, and people go, now in episode 4, and we're like, episode 4, what do we do in episode 4? Yes, I was just you don't know our episodes.
People seem to assume we know all our episodes inside out, but they don't seem to get that because we're in them, we don't really watch them that much. We don't want to watch ourselves over and over again, so we don't actually know.
I edit them so much the moment they're up, like I'm never watching them ever again, I'm sick of this footage.
Whereas I just get embarrassed by myself, which is probably a good sign.
Sorry.
No, by all means.
Sorry. I did a panel at LAC, our London convention, and I didn't know what to say, so I just filmed most of my panel with just me dancing the whole time, and I was dressed as Daniel from Amnesia, so I was just dancing.
It was strange. Any other questions? Ooh.
Autographs, and pictures, and hugs, and
Yeah, you can. We have a table you can come get autographs from for
I
free.
need to write you your essay about the dangers. Water bottles at conventions.
Anyone got a real question? It's not this person. That person, for that matter. Anyone?
Or that person.
we have 15 minutes left.
Okay. We've only got 15 minutes to fill, so come on, guys. How
Is
much
it
time?
is not going to show up?
She's not showing up.
Oh, well, no. She forgot pieces of our costumes. So it took her a long time to actually get dressed, so she's on her way, so she's not going to be there. We're really sorry.
So if you turned up to see her, she's not going to be here. Feel free to leave whenever you wish. We won't feel bad.
Yeah, we won't go back. Screw these guys.
But she will be at her table later today, and she will answer questions. We're really sorry about that.
Yeah, so if anyone has any genuine cosplay related questions of how to make things or whatever, probably best to direct them to her because she'll probably have a better answer for you. Whereas our general answer is, just give it a go.
Severus. No.
I'm actually making hexadecimal. I was wondering how you how you sewed on your details yesterday for Scarlet Witch. Did you sew them on or did you glue them on?
That was piping, that was all under the spandex. So I basically, off eBay, I got elasticated, it's called bungee cord, but it's not really. It was about 3-4 millimeter thick elastic cord wrapped in cotton. Put that underneath, held it in place with pins, and then literally hand sewed the entire thing on. If you're planning to do it, it takes a while. Is this for the corset you wanted it on then? The way I did my corset when I did Hex was I got an existing one, because back then I didn't know how to make corsets from scratch. Got an existing fabric one with Get Metal Bones, it's so worth it. There's a website online called Corsets UK, if you search them, really cheap, good corsets, and they're shipping to the States, and I guess they're shipped to Canada as well. You're a corset wearer, you must know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, got a cheap fabric corset and basically got some stretchy fake PVC stuff, cut it into panels and sewed it onto that, and it looked perfect. You wouldn't have guessed it wasn't a sort of a unique corset. So I personally do that because piping is it's not fun. And plus with a metal corset underneath you can really suck yourself in and get a tiny waist. Huh?
When she was literally crying when you were doing Scarlet Witch, you were like, I don't want to do it anymore. I was just sitting there watching TV. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, give it a go. You know, then you might find it easier than I did, or you might decide to use it for another costume in the future. But for Hex, having done her and knowing how much of a bitch she is to do, I personally recommend it. It's not the easiest method to do. I have fun because she's so much fun, and people get so freaked out by it. You'll probably have more fun doing it over here as well, because back home only about 5 people had a clue who we were.
Yeah.
A very limited
I couldn't
number.
walk through doorways. It was horrible.
She did Damon from the very last series, so
Had that
huge pink suit with a big headpiece on
And
it.
I was sewn in up to here, and I had pink face paint on, and the contents, I was just like. and I
The
was
first
just,
and last female costume.
yeah, and I couldn't sit down, I was just like.
Now I fear doing Andrea.
No, that was the easiest
Yeah.
costume because I made that.
Yeah,
I made Laura's Andrea costume. That was quite easy.
And she could just walk around, the
She was
two
just
of
like-
us, just like standing there, like, and she was just like lounging.
Yeah, that was quite cool. Now, if you're planning to do scales for her, by the way, because I've seen Get fishnet tights, wrap the, put them onto your arms or cut them up so it's a single sheet, put it on, get whatever body paint you want your scales to be, pat it on over the fishnets, put it away, instant scales.
Oh, I like that.
Really cool.
It looks
It's
really
simpler than what I wanted to do.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah, I do. You carry on.
It's actually the way that the professional makeup artists do it.
Yeah.
Lily does that all the time. Lily Alexandra, that's what she does. Fishnet and pin.
Makes life easier.
Yes.
By all means, carry on.
Any other questions?
An hour at most.
An hour at most? Okay, so Lily Alexandra will be at her table in an hour at most.
Good morning.
What are the Canadian conventions that you want to go to?
We don't really, it depends if we get invited to any others.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford to come over here purely off our own backs, so we have to basically rely on conventions wanting us here and helping us with the cost of getting over. No, there's one.
Yeah,
No, I did that
on
on my name.
And that you know everybody, you'll get invited
So,
again.
I wanted to do it
I'll try that.
What type of time?
That's a one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really want to go to
We want to go
that.
to that centre of publishing
It's,
because now's the time to try and push it.
That's what my course leader said, because I do a master's degree in novel writing, and she was really keen on it. She said if you wanted to get in the market, get in
Now's the
steampunk.
time to do it.
Steampunk's what they're looking for.
They're insider knowledge, guys.
They pay £3,000 for that knowledge, otherwise.
Yeah, we've just given it away for free.
And it's because you didn't go to any cons, because steampunk has been the big thing in literature at costuming community for the last 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
been
it's
huge in
people
costume.
actually asking for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've said the vampire phase is over now. They've said that all the publishing
It's
industry
oversaturated.
Yeah, all the publishing industry wants to see.
Ryan Sparkles killed it.
So how about that literature, huh?
I always say, I really like Stephanie Mayer because if she can get published, I can
Anyone.
get
It's sad because it's true. Any other questions?
Do you have any other, like you're talking about the fishnets and that, do you have any other things that could make doing costumes easier for someone who's just getting into it?
She's the best on the story.
Oh gosh, buy your sewing machine for one because hand sewing is horrible. Even if you can get, I mean I don't know how much they cost over here, but back home you can get a sewing machine for like £20, so they're always good.
Never be afraid to go ghetto.
Yeah, don't be afraid to cut apart a t-shirt to get fabric or to stuff a costume with cotton wool. As this
Cotton
lovely
balls
lady
are
can prove it,
in
she's
my
got her
yard.
legs stuffed with cotton balls, works perfectly. The best thing to do is just go on Google really and type how do I,
Yeah.
and there's so many things out there. The number of questions I get like, how did you make your wig? And I think, surely you've Googled this. That's how I figured it out. How did you sew this? Well, I looked on Google.
And if you're doing steampunk stuff, the best thing I'd say, because like I do a lot of that sort of thing, if you want to weather stuff, just get a pot of coffee, just like in a huge vat, just dip it. Like the way I did the bottom of these and stuff is, I literally hung them in the shower on the rack and just dipped it like up to there in paint, so it looks like I've actually been wading through stuff. It's just, and on the sleeves and things. So coffee is brilliant. Your smell divine. But yeah, coffee is brilliant for weathering things.
And if anyone tells you you have to spend a lot of money to do something, don't believe them, because there's always a cheaper way. It's like the body paints I use to do cruises, the paint I use there costs £10, no £15 for a wheel of it, so it's not cheap. And if someone said to me, well, is that the only way to do it? I'd go, no, you can just get Snazaroo, which is what over here, like $2 a pot or something, nothing, use that, it works just as well.
Like all of this, like when people are like, oh, what, I've said for man makeup, you need to get this. I said, this is eyeliner, Snazaroo, and eyeshadow, and then you look like a 35-year-old man. And that's all you
A
need.
dirty 35-year-old man.
Dodgy dealer.
There's always a cheaper way.
There's always, yeah.
Oh, go to like upholstery stores, like anywhere that does upholstering for chairs and things like that, because they always have free like ends of leather or bits of foam and stuff like that. Any sort of shop or carpenters, if they, I don't know how common carpenters are over here, they're pretty common where I live, so they'll give you free bits of wood. If you know sign makers, they'll often have free bits of foam board and similar things like that. Sometimes they'll charge you, you know, a little bit just to cover it, but otherwise they'd be throwing it away. So you can get a hell of a lot of stuff if you just ask people.
Yeah.
I mean, all the leather I get is from my UPS driver, because he goes to a chair upholstery place and they give him bags of leather that they're sending to be recycled, and he comes to me and goes, so I've got a bag of leather in the back of the van. Do you want to come look? I'm like, yes, I do.